Bam, another recap video. So let's go ahead and discuss another important concept that we learned in Unit 4. So right now I have two sentences written on the screen, two groups of 3 and 3/4 of 20. I want you to think for a couple seconds, what number sentence do you think of when you see those sentences? So go ahead and think. Do 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 I don't know the rest of the song, so let's say that was a couple seconds. So I know when I think of two groups of 3, I think of two different sentences. 3 plus 3 or 3 times 2. Either an addition sentence or a multiplication sentence. But we know one thing about multiplication. Multiplication is just really repeated addition. So there are two sentences we could think of, multiplication or addition, but for the purposes of this video, we're going to be focusing on the multiplication sentence. So if two groups of 3 is really 2 times 3, and I see that of word coming up again, that lets us know 3/4 of 20 is really 3/4 times 20. But you might be saying right now, Mr. Morales, I learned how to do 2 times 3 a long time ago. That's 6. Easy peasy. You're done. Video's over. But whoa. How do you do 3/4 times 20? Actually, Mr. Morales, please come back. I'm not done with you yet. Help me there. Please break that down for us. Well, guys, that's what this video's all about. How do you multiply a whole number by a fraction? So let's dive in. So if I was to ask you what is 1/4 of 8 or 1/4 times 8, what you probably would just do is 8 divided by 4 and give me the answer of 2. But let's visually show what that means. So I've drawn 8 circles to represent my 8 wholes, and I broke it up into 4 even groups. So you see that each group consists of 2 wholes now. And I'm only worried about one of those groups because it's 1/4, not 2/4, not 3/4, not 4/4, only one of those fourths. So I take one of those groups and I see one group does consist of 2. So that's how we get 2. So once again, you're probably saying, Mr. Morales, that's it? That's all we got to do? I know you didn't just make a video for this. What do we do if it's 2/4? What do we do if it's 3/4? What do we do if it's 9/4? What happens if we get a numerator greater than 1? What do we do? Well, we're not done yet. Well, let's say we're now doing 3/4 of 8. So once again, we're going to break up our 8 into 4 even groups. So each group still consists of 2. But this time we want 3 of those groups, not just one of those groups, 3 of those groups. So I highlighted 3 of those groups and I see that 3 groups in total equals 6 wholes. So we took one group of 2 and we needed 3 of them. So 2 times 3, 6. So we ended up multiplying by the numerator after. So I think we just discovered what our procedure is for this. So first, you get your number and you divide it by your denominator. So 8 divided by 4 was 2. Then we multiplied it by our numerator. 2 times 3, well, that equals 6. But we learned about the distributive property and that's not the only way we could solve these problems. You could do it in reverse. So the distributive property lets us know that you could do multiplication or division in either order, as long as you're neat with your work and organized. If you're not neat and organized, you might get some funky answers sometimes. So let's see what happens if we did do it the other way around. So if we did 8 times the numerator first, so 8 times 3, that gets us 24. Then divided by the denominator, well, 24 divided by 4 is 6. So we did get the same answer both times. So it does work either way. But you need to make sure you're organized and you want to make sure that you're neat. If you're neither, you might get a little funky because what you don't want to do is divide by the denominator, then divide by the numerator. You don't want to divide by the denominator and then divide by the denominator again. You just want to make sure that the denominator is always being divided and the numerator is always being multiplied, and you only do each step once. You could do the numerator first, you could do the denominator first. Doesn't matter as long as you're consistent, neat, and organized. So let's do a practice problem. Let's say we have 4/5 of 12. So first I'm going to do is multiply 12 by our numerator, and our numerator is 4. So 12 times 4, well, That's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's 48. So then my second step, I need to divide by the denominator. So now I'm going to do 48 divided by 5. So just in case you're confused on how to divide whole numbers by whole numbers, please check out the other videos in this playlist as we discuss what a fraction bar truly represents and how to divide all whole numbers by whole numbers. So like I said, we're going to do 48 divided by 5, which is same as writing as the improper fraction 48 over 5. And then if I was going to turn that into a mixed fraction, I'll get 9 3/5. Well, I don't know if I'm correct or not, to be honest. I could have made a mistake. And that's where you come in. I want you to check our work by doing it the other way around. So I started off by multiplying the numerator, then dividing by the denominator. I want you to start off by dividing by the denominator, then multiplying by the numerator. And let's see if we get the same answer. If we did, that's how we know we did it correct. If we didn't, let's figure out where we went wrong. All right? This is Mr. Morales. Bada bing, bada boom.